So, in the story that I told you 2-3 years back, I thought that whatever I do is not going to be enough. So, in the corporate world, we are taught to throw darts on the board. So I said, okay, is 100 crores big enough? 500 crores? No. I thought 1,000 crores sounds like audacious and big and catchy and so on and so forth. Let's go after that. So we first put a dart on the board and then decide how to go after, how to go get it. So I have no idea how to get it except by doing seminars, small gatherings, large gatherings like this to talk to people about the fund and what we are after, and more importantly, why do we need such a fund. The operating principle is going to be that you make liberal grants and not ask 1,000 questions on propriety. Hindus love asking endless questions on propriety and almost humiliating receivers of the grant, with their questions as if they are going to ride and misuse and take holidays in Goa and so on and so forth with the money that is donated. Yes, people misuse money. I've supported about 90 organizations and 2 have misused the funds. I will acknowledge. But out of 90 plus organizations, 2 is what I know of. So we will support all sorts of activities, from Ayurveda to social media narratives to retelling history, supporting the ex-Muslim movement, for example, everything, right? And we've already working in 13 states and have supported some Hindu organizations in Belgium and Bangladesh. So like I said, supported about 90 organizations, spent about 14 crores since 2016. All this was largely been supported through my company's 7%. As I told you, we have a recurring of about 2.5 crores this year and is only growing. This is other than SangamTalks and every other project that I run for my own foundation. So these are our projects in Saryu Foundation. 5 projects which are internal, and there was third-party funding. So what I did was last year, 2024, May, we formed the organization called Hindu Network Foundation, and we moved attributed all past third-party funding since 2016 to the Hindu Network Foundation. And that is what I mean when I say that the Hindu Fund has given this much money and to how many organizations. So it's an attribution. But from June 2024 to now going forward, all this, or 95% or perhaps more, is all being funded via the Hindu Fund. I did want the name Hindu Fund because one is tired of being defensive and calling it dharmic, Indic and whatever else. So the objective and the target audience, everything becomes clear, absolutely clear when you do Hindu Fund. People ask me, why do you have such a diverse set of activities, so many different people you're funding? So we don't have activities ourselves. We actually fund people who do their own activities in the service of civilization. Okay, so Brahat could be building a cultural policy organization, Mohit Bhardwaj could be doing a Gurukula, some people could be engaged in formal legal ghar wapsi process, and so on and so forth, right? So we are only a funding organization, except doing some legal work ourselves. And the idea is to not let any Hindus who are doing work for the civilization feel despondent and, for the lack of money. People ask then, okay, how do I know where my money goes? So I actually looked at Open Societies, which is run by George Soros. They had a fantastic way of telling people where the money goes. So we've actually built something exactly like that. It's called hindu.fund. And all the awarded grants, except where we can't name individuals, are all listed here. And, it's like I could actually show you things like this. This has just come up, for example. I didn't even see. This is to Francais Gauthier, who's running a Shivaji museum in Pune. So we just donated some money to him. So it's probably the latest donation. And so that just come up. Then everything gets listed here, year-wise. The same organization will probably get repeated if they receive funds, over multiple years and so on and so forth. We keep all the patrons informed. We have a governing council, and there is all of these wonderful people. Colonel Ramakrishna, who's my co-founder in Saryu Trust. Anand Prasad is among the top 50 lawyers in the country. the Mohandas Pai family, Pranav Pai from that, Vijaya Vishwanathan, who's just going to talk to you shortly. She is a co-author with Rajiv Malhotra. Ram Swaroop is a coach and trains, top companies in India globally. He's one of the best coaches in India. General Bhatia sitting with you. Swami Vedatattvananda, he's not here, but he's at 22 years at Ramakrishna Mission. Sudarshan HS is top scholars in the country on manuscripts and inscriptions. He lives in Bangalore, and I'm looking for 2, 3, 4 more people, and I'll keep adding to the governing council. This is to ensure that your money goes to the right places and is not usurped by me or anybody else who runs the organization. Some current priorities are building a legal fund, manuscripts and inscriptions. We're trying to form we're actually formed a private national manuscripts mission to preserve, digitize, make searchable manuscripts, but also inscriptions. And of course, there is this spiritual infrastructure. So I'm after, this is not for this group, but this is sort of a culmination of 2 different presentations that I made. I'm looking for donors in India and in US. When I travel, by the way, I don't take a single rupee from the Hindu fund. And all of this, some of this might get paid for by the Hindu fund, like organizing this, but usually it is my foundation which pays for all the travel and organizing, and the money goes to the fund. So this is ways of engaging and supporting. I do always remind that the mool dharmasya moolam artha, dharam ka mool arth hai. This comes from the Shastras. And these are ways of contributing. It feels terrible asking veterans for money, but I will. But I would honestly prefer, even if it's very, very small donations, but monthly recurring always helps. And, long-term helps. And, so if you choose to donate, please do that.